The Windows logo key, also known as Windows Dash, Win Dash, Start Dash, Logo Dash, Flag Dash, or Super Key, is a keyboard key which was originally introduced on the Microsoft Natural Keyboard in 1994. This key became a standard key on PC keyboards. In Windows, tapping the key brings up the Start menu. Ctrl+Esc performs the same function, in case the keyboard lacks this key. Historically, the addition of two Windows keys and a menu key marked the change from the 101/102 key to 104/105 key layout for PC keyboards. Compared to the former layout, a Windows key was placed between the left Control and the left Alt, and another Windows key and the menu key were placed between the right Alt, or Alt-GR, and the right Control key. The key is predated by the Command key on Apple computers in 1980 and the Meta key in Lisp/Unix computers in 1970. In laptop and other compact keyboards, it is common to have just one Windows key, usually on the left. On Microsoft's Entertainment desktop sets, designed for Windows Vista, the Windows key is in the middle of the keyboard, below all other keys, where the user's thumbs rest. On Windows 8 tablet computers, hardware certification requirements initially mandated that the Windows key be centered on the bezel below the screen, except on a convertible laptop, where the button is allowed to be off-center in a tablet configuration. This requirement was relaxed in Windows 8.1, allowing the Windows key to be placed on any bezel or edge of the unit, though a centered location along the bottom bezel is still preferred. Microsoft regulates the appearance of the Windows key logo picture with a specially crafted license for keyboard manufacturers, Microsoft Windows Logo Key Logo License Agreement for Keyboard Manufacturers. With the introduction of a new Microsoft Windows logo, first used with Windows XP, the agreement was updated to require that the new design be adopted for all keyboards manufactured after September 1, 2003. However, with the release of Windows Vista, Microsoft published guidelines for a new Windows logo key that incorporates the Windows logo recessed in a chamfered lowered circle with a contrast ratio of at least 3:1 with respect to background that the key is applied to. In Common Building Block Keyboard Specification, all CBB-compliant keyboards were to comply with the Windows Vista hardware start button specification beginning in June 1, 2007. Wikipedia uses the Unicode character U+229E². Plus is a simulation of the logo. On Windows 9X and Windows NT families of Windows operating system, tapping the Windows key by itself traditionally revealed Windows taskbar, if not visible, and opened the Start menu. In Windows Server 2012 and Windows 8, this key launches the Start screen but doesn't show the taskbar. However, this feature was added back into Windows 10. Pressing the key in combination with other keys allows invoking many common functions through the keyboard. Holding down Ctrl+Esc will not substitute for the Windows key in these combinations. Which Windows key combinations, shortcuts, are available and active in a given Windows session depends on many factors, such as accessibility options, the type of the session, regular or terminal services, the Windows version, the presence of specific software such as IntelliType and group policy if applicable. Below is a list of notable shortcuts. Unless otherwise noted, they are valid in the next version of Windows. The following shortcuts are valid in Windows 95 and Windows NT 4.0. Win opens the Start menu. Win+D shows the desktop, hiding even non-minimizable windows, or restores hidden windows when pressed a second time. Win+E opens Windows Explorer with folder pane on left side of window. Win+F opens Find Files and Folders. Win+M minimizes all windows. Win+Shift+M restores windows that were minimized with Win+M. Win+R opens the Run Program or File window. Win+U runs Utility Manager. Win+Pause or Win+Break opens Properties of my computer. Win+F1 opens Windows Help. Win+Control+F opens Find Computers. Win+Tab cycles through taskbar buttons. This key combination is reassigned in Windows Vista. Windows 2000 adds the following. Win+L locks the desktop. Windows XP adds the following. Win+B selects the first icon in the notification area. Win+Control+F opens Search for computers. Requires Active Directory domain services. Win+L locks the desktop and, if fast user switching is enabled, shows the user selection screen. Windows XP Media Center Edition adds the following. Win+Alt+Enter starts Windows Media Center. Windows Vista adds the following shortcuts. Win plus spacebar brings the Windows sidebar to the front. Win plus G selects next Windows sidebar gadget item, bringing all gadgets to the foreground in process. Gadgets were discontinued in Windows 8. Win plus X invokes Windows Mobility Center. Works only if portable computer features are installed. This key combination is reassigned in Windows 8. Win plus Tab switches active at using Arrow Flip 3D. Requires desktop composition, a feature of Windows Arrow. Arrow Flip 3D is discontinued in Windows 8, and this key is reassigned. Win plus Ctrl plus Tab is same as above, but Arrow Flip 3D remains even when this key combination is released. Arrow keys or mouse may be used to navigate between windows. Win plus 1 through Win plus 9. Win plus 0 starts the corresponding quick launch bar program. Win plus 0 runs the 10th item. Quick launch is discontinued in Windows 7, but later continued from Windows 8 onward. Windows 7 used the following shortcuts. Win plus spacebar activates arrow peak. Reassigned in Windows 8. Win plus B toggles between the devices that receive video cards output. The default is computer monitor only. Other options are video projector only, both showing the same image and both showing a portion of a larger desktop. Win plus maximizes the active window. Win plus restores the default window size and state of the active window, if maximized. Otherwise, minimizes the active window. Win plus or to align the window to the corresponding side of the screen, tiled vertically. Win plus Shift plus or to move the window to the next or previous monitor, if multiple monitors are used. Win plus T to iterate through items on the taskbar from left to right. Win plus Shift plus T to iterate through items on the taskbar from right to left. Win plus plus to zoom into the screen at the mouse cursor position using the magnifier utility. Win plus to zoom out if the magnifier utility is running. Win plus ESC to exit zoom. Win plus 1 through Win plus 9. Win plus 0 to either start or switch to the corresponding program pinned to taskbar. Win plus 0 runs the 10th item. Press multiple times to cycle through the application's open windows. Press and release quickly to keep the taskbar's preview open, which allows you to cycle using arrow keys. Win plus Home minimizes all windows other than the active window. Pressing this combination a second time restores them. Win plus D minimizes all windows. Pressing the combination a second time restores them. Win plus L locks the computer screen. Windows 8 introduces the following. Win opens the start screen, Windows 8 and 8.1 only. Win plus C opens the charms. Win plus F opens search charm in file mode to search for computer files. If the search charm is already open, switches to file search mode. Win plus W opens search charm in settings mode to search for controlled panel applets. If the search charm is already open, switches to settings search mode. Win plus Q opens search charm in app mode to search for app shortcuts and executable files. If the search charm is already open, it has no effects. Win plus H opens the share charm. Win plus K opens the device's charm for printing, connecting to a second screen/projector, or pushing multimedia content via Play-Doh. Win plus I opens settings charm, where app-specific settings, network options, and shutdown button is located. Win plus X opens quick links menu and grants access to several frequently used features of Windows, such as accessing desktop or file explorer. With Windows 8.1 update, it includes a shortcut to shut down or restart the computer. Win plus Z or right-click opens the command bar for Metro-style apps. This bar appears at the bottom of the screen and replaces both context menu and toolbar in Metro-style apps. Win plus Tab invokes the app switcher and changes between Metro-style apps. Unlike Alt plus Tab, the add switcher does not include windows that appear on desktop. Win plus spacebar changes input method. Unlike Alt plus Shift, this combination also causes a pop-up notification to appear. Win plus PRTSCR or Win plus volume up instantly saves a screenshot to the screenshots folder in Pictures library. All screenshots are saved as PNG files. Windows 8.1 introduces the following. Win plus O locks device orientation. Win plus S activates the Search Everywhere charm, opening a sidebar at the side of the screen. Win plus U activates the Ease of Access Center Control Panel applet. Win plus V cycles through notifications. Windows 10 introduces the following. Win+A opens Action Center. Win+V or Win+Shift+V cycles through notifications. Win+V opens the clipboard history after October 2018 update. Win+C activates Cortana listening mode. Win+G opens the game DVR bar, Smox game bar. Win+Alt+R starts or stops recording. All recordings are saved in the Captures folder in the videos library as an MP4 file. Win+Alt+G records the last 30 seconds when background recording is turned on for the game. Win+Alt+T shows or hides the recording timer. Win+PRTSCR instantly saves a screenshot to the Captures folder in the Images library. All screenshots are saved as PNG files. Win+I opens Settings. Win+F opens the Feedback Hub. Win+Tab opens Task View, opens Timeline and remains after April 2018 update. Win++ through Win++ to align a window snap to the right or left to the corresponding quadrant of the screen. Win+ Ctrl+D creates a new virtual desktop. Win+ Ctrl+Shift+B refreshes display in case of screen lockup. Win+ Ctrl+F4 closes the active virtual desktop. Win+ Ctrl+R switches between virtual desktops. Win+ or opens the emoji panel while typing. This was changed on the May 2019 update. Win+H opens the dictation toolbar after Fall Creators update. Win+P brings up projection settings, PC screen only, duplicate, extend, second screen only and connect to a wireless display. Additional installed software may introduce other shortcuts using the Windows keys. For example, various Microsoft Office applications add shortcuts of their own. Win+Shift+S to take a screenshot for OneNote, conflicts with Win+Shift+S on Windows 8.1. Win+E to open a new side note in OneNote. Win+Shift+N to open OneNote. Win+Y to open Skype for Business. This shortcut also places the cursor directly on the search bar. Disabled in Skype for Business 2016. The Windows key can also be used on other operating systems. On Unix and Unix-like operating systems, the key is usually given the X key some super. On earlier versions Meta was often used, and turns on the shift bit called Mod 4. Most desktop environments use it much like Windows, with Press plus Release popping up a primary menu similar to the Windows Start menu. Gnome Shell bringing up the Activities overview. Cinnamon pops up its main system menu, and with combinations with letters performing actions such as Run command, often with the shortcuts and actions copied from Windows. A common action that is not shared with Windows is for the key to allow dragging a window around from any location without raising it, and in the Compi's window manager it causes the scroll wheel to zoom in or out of any part of the desktop. If one plugs a Windows keyboard into a macOS computer, the Windows key acts as the Command key command. This swaps the locations of Command key command and Alt from standard Macintosh keyboards. Plugging a Macintosh keyboard into a Windows or Linux machine makes Command key command act like Win, again with the locations swapped with Alt from standard. If one plugs a Windows keyboard into a Chrome OS computer, the Windows key acts as the search key. This key is in the location where the caps lock key would be on other keyboards. If one plugs a Windows keyboard into an Xbox 360, pressing the Windows key performs the same action as the guide button on Xbox 360 controller or remote controls, opening the Xbox guide. Holding down the Windows key and pressing M opens a pop-up conversation window over gameplay, if an instant message conversation is in progress. On a PlayStation 3 console, pressing the Windows key performs the same action as the PS button on the 6-axis controller, opening the XROS media bar.